When Steve Jobs returned to Apple Computer in 1997, he inherited a company that had lost its way. But in just 2 short years, he turned Apple back into the coolest and most influential computer company in the world. He introduced the multicolored iMac, the revolutionary iPod, and the groundbreaking iPhone to make Apple the most profitable company of all time. His tragic death from pancreatic cancer in 2011 dealt an unspeakable blow to millions of Apple fans everywhere. Now, in 2016, we can examine what his absence on Apple has meant for the seemingly unstoppable juggernaut of a company. Here are 5 products released after his passing that Jobs would insanely hate. The iPhone 6s Smart Battery Case. This case was introduced before Christmas of 2015 and was immediately ridiculed for its lazy design. Made of silicone and featuring a large iPod Nano-sized hump on the back, the case has some truly head-scratching features. The user doesn't have the ability to turn it off or on themselves, and the charging light is on the inside of the case. But the main complaint about the case was that it is just plain ugly. Reports that the design came from Apple's desire to not infringe on previous patents just sounds lazy. Jobs would never allow this design past the prototype stage. The iPhone SE. In early 2016, Apple announced the return to a 4-inch screen form factor. Many customers had called for a smaller, more manageable iPhone, and Apple, in a rare move of actually listening to their customers, acquiesced. Rather than featuring a new bold design for the phone, however, Apple returned to the exact same design as the 2-year-old iPhone 5S. I am sure that Jobs would have abhorred this rehashed design of the new phone. He was never a fan of drawing from past designs for new products. He would have pushed the design team to come up with something new. He also wouldn't have pandered to a relatively small section of customers with a new product that essentially made Apple backtrack on newer designs. Siri. There are reports of Steve Jobs trying the first version of Siri before the iPhone 4S was released. He wasn't impressed. But the application had potential, and so he allowed Siri to ship on the 4S as an added feature. The problem has been that Siri hasn't gotten a whole lot more useful over the last 5 years. It still has trouble understanding what you say and features many weird quirks in the software. It's almost as if it's become a forgotten frontier in the Apple lineup. Jobs would have certainly pushed for more innovation from his developers and probably seen Siri as an important bridge to customers accepting more innovations in AI. iOS 7. Steve Jobs loved what is called skeuomorphism, which is the development of operating systems that feature icons and animations that look and feel as real as possible. He felt that this bridged technology with the real world and made the products more accessible to non-power users. Johnny Ive and the team ditched that belief less than a year after Jobs' death when they released iOS 7. It featured a more streamlined yet colder look to the icons and menus. It seemed as though Steve Jobs was thinking about the older or less experienced tech user with his beliefs. But once Tim Cook took over, the developers and designers ditched the old feel and went to a cold, futuristic look. Apple Pencil. Steve Jobs' disdain for the stylus is well documented. His most famous stylus bashing moment came in the first iPhone keynote when he said, "Who wants a stylus? Yuck!" That is why it was a relative shock when Apple announced that iPad Pro would have an accessory called Apple Pencil that would allow for more refined use on the iPad screen. A stylus can get lost or broken, and Jobs believed there was nothing that our fingers couldn't do that a stylus could. Obviously, he couldn't have imagined some of the things that people ended up using iPad to do, but I am certain that he would have pushed for better innovation on the touchscreen itself to allow our fingers to continue to be the only stylus we needed to use Apple products. Let me know what you think of the countdown in the comments. See you next time.